What's up, guys? It's Jerry from Cluster Duck Outdoors. Today I'm here in beautiful LaGrange, North Carolina. Super windy, can't get the birds to talk, so I figured I'd do a quick video on some quick tips and essentials for turkey hunting. Hope you guys enjoy. And guys, if you're ever in the market for some nice waterproof booting for such an occasion as this, highly recommend checking out True Dave. They've got waders, they've got rubber boots, all waterproof, all super comfortable, just in case you find yourself, somewhere in North Carolina in the swamp carrying a turkey out. We've got a great pricing on it, and if you want 15% off, you use the promo code Quacker15 at checkout and just save yourself a little money. Helps you, helps the channel, and we appreciate you and appreciate them. First, let's go over the essentials you'll need for turkey hunting. A license, even though I don't agree with them and I think they're bullcrap and should be illegal, but a license, a gun, some camouflage, and a call. I know you guys probably watched and remember the budget versus cheap, or affordable versus cheap turkey hunting setup that we just did, and I went over a bunch of this stuff. A couple of quick things I like to use. I have some QUU camo. I've got some Bottomlands camo. Bottomlands is hard to beat. This QUU is a little bit overpriced in my opinion, but somebody bought it for me, so I'll wear it. Probably some snake boots, or if not snake boots, maybe some waterproof boots like some True Daves. I use a CDO calls, one of the calls we make here in house, slate over copper, oak, the diamond wood striker with a maple top. A friction call, slate call, pot call, whatever you'd like to call it. Just make small semicircles on it, full circles on it if you'd like, and just no answer, but wind's fighting us today. Another thing you're gonna need is a gun. This is actually the first gun I ever purchased for myself. This is a New England Firearms Partner 20 gauge. Got some 20 gauge Federal TSS heavyweights. I think they're number 9s. TSS just shoot further because they weigh more than lead guys. This is a single shot. You can use single shot, double shot, semi-automatic, pump. Doesn't really matter. What I like to do is have a longer barrel with a tighter choke. Some people like a shorter barrel with a tighter choke, just because you notice there's a lot of stuff in here that then you have to maneuver around, or vice versa. If you're shooting lefty, then you have to maneuver around. That's why I believe a lot of people go with a shorter barrel. You really can't do any hunting without the gun, without the camo. I mean, I guess you could if you had like some real mild looking clothes. You could come in here, sit still, be patient, and just watch and see what happens. But another essential you'll need is the call. Can't really do it without it. If you don't know how to use a friction call, you can check out, I think it's Nightingale has a push button that works really good. Mouth diaphragms, those are a little bit trickier to work, but you can do a lot more with them. Friction calls, there's box calls where it'll be a cedar box or some kind of a hardwood box, and it has a striker connected to the top, and you just rotate it back and forth and it hits. Plenty of videos out there on how to use those guys. I encourage you to pick one. Probably the easiest is going to be that push button, and it sounds great, and plenty of turkeys have died on it. Another essential, face mask. As you can see, my old moon pie face here shines a lot of light, greasy, kind of a big easy thing to pick up. We can go to the face mask. Takes a lot of that reflection off. Got a hat on, kind of throw some shade over my face, kind of pull a little bit of attention away from the whites of my eyes and my shiny face. So I would highly suggest using a face mask. Do you have to have one? No. You can kill turkeys without it, but to me it's an essential. All right, guys, now that we've went over the essentials, let's go over some tips. Where to aim on a turkey. On a turkey, I've always been told to shoot them in the head. Quickest way to kill them, doesn't damage meat, and that's all good and fine, unless you pattern weird and then you're shooting at a target approximately 3 inches wide versus the full neck. I would suggest shooting the turkey, aiming at the bottom of its neck, and then the top part of your pattern is going to hit up, and then you do run the risk of bloodshot and some breast up, but you have a better chance of killing the bird. Another tip is finding you a good spot to sit. best thing I know to look for is something that has a little bit of over coverage, like this, that puts off some shadow. A little bit of twigs or anything in front of you to kind of break up what the turkey is looking at, but not something so thick like a tree that you, if you had to shoot through it, you couldn't. And you don't want to be in such small shrubbery, so dense that you can't shoot through it. That's something you don't want either. Now, another thing is to have patience and be as still as possible and as quiet as possible, obviously. You know, just because something doesn't work out right then, the first, you know, I feel like a lot of turkey hunters get, you know, duck hunter mindset, and as soon as first flight's over, they want to break loose and go get some breakfast. Don't do that. Fight that urge. Stick around. I would say hunt as long as you possibly can. Some states you can only hunt until lunchtime. Some states, like North Carolina, you can hunt all day until sundown. Put into hours, guys. The more seat time you have, more chances you have. You know, those turkeys might go out and breed the first couple of hens they get across. And when they get done with those hens, they're going to be looking for more hens. I killed a turkey the other day at 9:30 in the morning. I'd already sat through the first little round of gobblers coming off the roost and finding hens. And that didn't work out for me, so I picked up, I moved, changed strategies a little bit, and it worked out and I was able to capitalize. Another thing, guys, if you do decide to move and you want to move, walk 50 yards, call a little bit. Listen, doesn't happen. Don't just walk in a straight line, zigzag to your next spot. Call a little bit, wait, and just continue to do that. You never know, you might strike up a bird, because you sound a lot more realistic if you're on the move than one turkey in one spot just yelping your head off. You sound a lot more realistic. Now, I'm not saying going exploring and trespassing. That's up to each person. Each individual has to make that call. Not suggesting you trespass, but within your own property. This is an 11-acre property we have here with about 4 acres of it wooded. I've done it here and worked up turkeys. We started at the back part of the 3 acres, worked our way up to the front part, and pulled a turkey in on the 9 part of the field. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. It's just not your day. Don't be discouraged. Stay encouraged. Keep coming out here. Keep grinding on it. Another thing I've picked up this year is working a fan. And I did a quick little thing about it in our last video, but grab an old fan. If you've killed a tom before, if you've killed a jake, grab an old fan. I like using a tom fan. My buddy Kyle told me about it. Just taking, from what I'm told from Kyle, is there's a dominant turkey that's going to be kind of in the foreground. He's going to be herding turkeys up, and he's kind of pushing them where he wants to go, and he'll just do that and just do it real slow, back and forth, and every few minutes do like that. And like I said in the last video, truth be told, I didn't believe him, you know, because it sounds crazy. But I've had 2 gobblers, one for me and one for a friend of mine, come right up to us. The one I killed was within 20 yards. I think it's 17 yards when I put the old scan on it the other day. Another thing that would be nice to bring along with you guys, just makes your hunting experience nicer, is a thermocell and some sort of looking device. I have binoculars, but because they're a little bit bulkier, I carry my rangefinder, which is slightly magnified, and it's dual purpose. I can see just how far something is, or it's just a little touch better than my natural vision, so I can see on out there to see, is this turkeys, is this something else, is it a gobbler, is it a jake, is it a hen? It's just everything that gives you an edge. Why not do it? Another tip, guys, when you're crawling down into your hole and you're trying to set up, make sure you're not setting up in poison ivy, because I've also done that, been in a hurry because the gobbler's right on top of you and he's just around the corner, and you're set up in just a hive of poison ivy, and you're covered for the next 2 weeks in itchy rashes that just seem like they're never going to go away. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. First off, I want to just thank God for another beautiful day where we get to come out here and do something that we love. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking through to the end. Please like, subscribe, leave us a comment, tell us what you're thinking, and we hope to see you next time.